Welcome back, brothers and sisters. I am Braden, and it's Friday, and that's Tim, and that means he's going to be in a good mood. So I hope you guys are as well, because we have a video today. It's a hodgepodge, it's a potluck of freedom, and I think you guys are going to enjoy it. Make sure you leave comments in the field below. Make sure you like the video, subscribe to the channel, and turn the notification bell on. And with that, Tim, we've got some good stuff today. We've just got, honestly, a lot of stupid. There's a lot of stupid here in different applications.
Yes. Well, let's delve into the stupid, because on a Friday going into the weekend, we all need some stupid to lighten the mood and get ready for a good time, right?
Let's not waste time for the people of the Second Legacy. You are correct. All right. Well, let's start this. Mr. Producer, can you hit number one? So, people, here's something happening in Culver City. Culver City to buy gun shop near school to prevent another firearms store from taking its place. Now, that oozes gun control vibes, right? Like, it's just like, okay, so they're buying the school, or excuse me, they're buying the shop to prevent another shop from coming in. So this is all preventative measure, but wait until we show you the details of this. So right off the bat, Tim, do you think this is going to have a backfire effect, or you think this is going to have a intended effect? What's your over-under?
This is what the anti-gunners do, right? They go, well, we don't like this gun store being within the eyesight of a school, apparently, and so we can't have that because it's a sin, according to Gavin Newsom. And so we got to get rid of the sin place, and so we're just going to take taxpayer money and buy the building, because that sounds like a great idea, right? Because no gun store will ever open again in this area.
Never. It will prevent all the gun sales. Yes. And again, wait until we show you the details. Let's just keep going. Number two, Mr. Producer. The Culver City Council approved the purchase of a decades-old gun business in an effort to prevent another gun shop from taking its spot. The current owners of Martin B. Redding Incorporated on Washington Boulevard have decided to retire and sell the property in which Culver City offered the highest bid. So you guys paid premium, the highest bid.
you paid over ask.
Over asking, because this is important. This is for the children. Quote, "It was an opportunity that presented itself to us after doing the analysis through it, talking with the community and having those conversations," said Dustin Kleeman, the city's public information officer. "This is what we decided to move forward on as a community." Now, Tim, this is clearly something for the children, and they were the highest bidder, and they really took the opportunity as a community. Let me show you why they did this. This is number three, Mr. Producer. In 2005, Culver City enacted a ban to prevent new gun shops from opening within 1,000 feet of a school. Redding sits 800 feet from the elementary school, but was allowed to remain because it's been in the same location under the same family ownership since 1958. The store could transfer those rights to a new owner to prevent that. The city purchased the building to the tune of $6.5 million. Hey, guys in Culver City, congratulations. You just spent $6.5 million to save 200 feet.
Yep. That's
200 feet.
That's a pretty pricey square foot cost there.
It is.
Wow. And only to have somebody come in later and open a gun shop 1,001 feet away, right?
Yeah. Yeah. Because, after all, it's for the children. This is safety, Tim. This is for the children. Because if it's something that's 800 feet from a school, that's emotionally traumatic and psychologically damaging. But if it's 1,001 feet from a school, no impact at all. We're good. 201 feet is a big deal. Big deal.
800 feet. That is
so
that's concerned. Pearl clutching worthy. Oh my gosh, my pearls!
Here we go.
200 feet's gonna fix it all, folks. And it's like
200.
In their stupid little minds, they're probably thinking, "Yeah, now all the guns are gonna go away with the store."
Yep,
yeah,
absolutely.
And if I were that gun store owner, you know what I would do? I would I guarantee you I would do this. I would take that $6.5 million and 1,000 feet away, I would open up a brand new store and sell it.
Yep. That's exactly right. Because after all, Tim, you know that if the government, the city council of Culver City, just takes the building, well, that means there'll be no more gun shops 300 feet to the right, because we can't do left. We don't do left here on the second.
We only go right, yeah.
But yeah, we got to go to the right. So if you go down the block on the other side, man, the safety and $6.5 million. Tim, you might have an out here. I'm just saying. This might be a good sales strategy.
That's a bold move on their part. Boy, that's gun control pretty much wrapped up in a nutshell. This is the
exactly
lunacy of these folks. It makes no sense what they do, and it's all based on emotion and what feels good because it doesn't change anything, right?
No.
The entire state, people can still go buy guns from gun stores. It's still a constitutionally protected right to do. They're not getting rid of gun stores in the state or even in the area, perhaps. But all they've done is played a game with taxpayer money that just feels right. That 200 feet, we have this law that says 1,000. This thing's been here since 1958. That 200 feet, it's just grinding our gears every time we pass it.
Yeah.
We got to save the children. We got to get that stuff at least 200 feet the other direction.
Absolutely. I mean, that demarcation line is key. Well, Tim, I'm sure there's a thought that let's play devil's advocate. Let's do it. I'm sure there was a deep plan. I'm sure there was lots of thoughts of what the building will be used for and how that $6.5 million will be recouped. I'm sure there is, except there's not. Let's go to number 4, Mr. Producer. Here's just some things from the council meeting. Quote, I work for the school district and safety is a top concern for me, but purchasing this property is not going to solve that problem, one speaker said in the meeting. Another speaker addressed the funds used to make the purchase. Quote, I do have to say that I do have concerns with the amount of money that would be spent to buy the gun store, especially if we don't have any current plans for what we're going to do with it, they said. After all, the store has been a community staple, known for carrying rare firearms dating back to the Civil War era. These are the products they were covering.
We got to get those muskets off the streets.
All of them, those muskets. And then once the sale is final, the Culver City residents will decide what to do with it. If this is not political spin, I don't know what is. Listen to what the person said from the community. Quote, the great thing about the city of Culver City is that its residents are outspoken and they make their voices heard and they'll get to do it again, Kleeman said. But when it comes to making sure what this building turns into next, they don't even know what the building's going to be turned into. They're not going to have profit recoup. They just spent $6.5 million on a building just to prevent something from happening within 200 feet down the street.
Yeah, and not only that, on a $6.5 million piece of property, I would imagine that's pretty nice tax revenue for the city. And they just threw that to the wind too. Like, we got principles, folks. We hate guns so much that we're willing to lose all our money. Even though we haven't done anything to stop people from buying guns or even make guns illegal in the United States. But boy, it sure feels good what we've done here today. Man. Let's go get a cappuccino.
Man, exactly, Tim. Because you know what? It's better to do something than nothing, even though something's going to do nothing. But at least we did something, Tim. At least for the children.
Yes, they did it for the children. They probably saved one life, maybe one life of a construction worker. We don't know, but they saved one life.
You never know, because hard hats and OSHA. Legitimately, Tim, could you imagine how much more impact $6.5 million would have been for, I don't know, say, schools and books and playgrounds and fences,
or maybe just hire a security guard for the school, something.
Guard. I don't know, but it's only money, Tim. We can print more.
I mean, you got to get
dude.
$6.5 million of rusty muskets off the street.
Yes.
I mean, a Civil War musket dealer, and we just can't have him within 800 feet of a school. That's just absurd. What if a cavalry charge took place?
Exactly. Exactly. Nailed it. Hey, I have a question before we move on to the next level of crazy. You might not know this, and I'm going to throw that caveat out there. There was a revolver back around that time frame that had paper cartridges that they burned off in the cylinder. Do you know the model? Do you know what that was?
A revolver that used paper patched bullets or paper cartridges, nitrated paper cartridges, Spencer rifles and things like that. I'm sure there's pinfire revolvers and stuff, but even they had brass cases.
But there's probably something,
thing, but I'm not familiar
right?
with anything like that. Well, paper cartridges were a thing, but like the old Sharps rifles, you would put a nitride piece of paper that was the cartridge itself that would burn off when it fired. So when you open up the action, there's nothing to take out. Later, it'd be replaced by brass. But
so just a little fun
Civil
fact.
War nitrided cartridges were used. Yes.
Well, exactly, because that's what they prevented with $6.5 million. All right, so that's that kind of antiquated technology. Well, let's go to the other end of the spectrum, Tim. We've covered stupidity on illogical use of money and principal application. Now let's go just on plain improper use of firearms, attempted murder, and homicide. Shall we?
Yes.
So, Mr. Producer, why don't you play the clip about curly fries? So, as you can see here, Tim, I'm going to do a little narration. Clearly, this is a hardworking employee. We've got food being distributed, cash being exchanged for monies, goods for wares, all those kind of things. Looks like we're having a great day. She looks really, really miserable at work, which I think is going to be confirmed in about 20 seconds. We have issues, Tim. There are no curly fries. The curly fries are missing.
That could start a gunfight.
Yep, absolutely, every time. So you think so? Oh, hold on, wait a minute. He did not just say his curly fries were missing.
I think that was a gun. Was that a gun?
That was.
She pulled a gun out of her back pocket.
Flying. We got hands flying. Now the velocity of the hands flying is increasing. We've got sugar.
We got food going back and forth.
Drinks being exchanged. This is crazy. And here we go.
Yeah, there's the pistol in the back pocket. She literally sticks it out right in his face, pulls the trigger, nothing, and she's like, I gotta mess with the slide here or something.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure we're going to classify under this. See if you ask for curly fries again. I think we're going to file this one under don't do this ever, freaking ever.
Yeah, I don't think that's self-defense. Having fries and food throwing at you doesn't justify shooting at somebody.
It's bad use.
I wish I could have seen that video from whatever officer responded to that call and just hear what her justification was for hanging a gun out the window trying to shoot a customer in the face over fries.
Over curly fries. Yes. Yeah. Well, I mean, like judging by the velocity increase, and you can do math on this, the velocity increase of the hand motions and the incremental increase over time, there was clearly mean words were said. And since words are violence now, Tim.
See, I didn't take that into consideration.
We have a way in. You didn't, because it's all IOVs and rainbows until words get thrown.
I even saw on Twitter that silence is violence.
Yes.
So he could have sat silent in the car and just taken the abuse, and he would still be committing an act of violence against those poor workers. So
absolutely. So
totally justified at that point.
This under, don't do this for the love of goodness.
Yeah.
We literally just watched attempted murder, aggravated assault with a deadly weapon. Any other charges you can think of off the top of your mind?
No. I mean, that's probably good enough. But chances are this person walked with no charges being filed. I mean, that's just...
Well, we don't know that, though. We don't know that,
but that has happened.
In the past, that was a diplomatic answer. You're storing little cookies from our video yesterday. You politician, you. You're right.
Yeah.
We don't know it. It has happened.
One thing I want to point out. Oh, hold on. There's one thing I want to point out about the last segment that we did.
Yes.
Talking about the Civil War muskets. Mm-hmm. You got to understand that black powder, muzzle loaders, things of that nature aren't even considered firearms in the United States.
Oh.
You can literally get online, order one from Cabela's, and have it delivered to your house. No paperwork, no anything, because once again, the government doesn't consider them to be firearms anymore.
Dang, Tim.
I mean, it just gets better and better.
$5 million.
Well, to get muskets off the street that they can buy from Cabela's. So anyway.
Let's continue.
Welcome to the weekend, folks. We truly hope you enjoy your weekend. Go out there, have a good time. Don't think about politics. Go out, do a little shooting, spend some time with friends and family, and enjoy that weekend because winter is coming. Thank you for watching, and we'll talk to you guys soon.